idea for the Entrepreneurship Club came when we decided that we wanted to have a club that would obviously get entrepreneurial-minded students together, and the purpose of the club was for the traditional things, to get students in a room for networking, for sharing ideas and that sort of thing.
We named ourselves a firm. The reason the club came about is because there was a kind of a missing gap between all the students here, and I wanted to try to find a way to bring students together from a career perspective. I myself want to start a business, but I needed other things like graphic design, web design, accounting, some business principles, and I wanted to be able to reach out to those students who had those skill sets. And I found quickly that I wasn't able to reach out to those students. So I wanted to create a forum where we could reach out and maybe bring different educational talents together for students who, to interact. So we can network today instead of waiting until we graduate. We can take what we learned today and start using it today.
So once the idea for the student-run business was conceived, we had to think what would work, and recognizing the transient nature of the community college student, we knew that kind of an 8-hour day operation probably wouldn't work. So we had to come up with something that would work for our students as well as the business. And secondly, we had to come up with something that would actually work. So one of the ideas somebody had come up with was, we have 12,000 students here on campus, and we thought it was odd that of all these students, nobody ever typically wears anything that says Bunker Hill on it. Our school store does have some small offerings in terms of apparel and college-themed merchandise. Yet we saw a niche that we could create a student-run business on campus that would sell college merchandise, Bunker Hill type merchandise, and this would be done through a mobile kiosk. With that said, we then chartered the entrepreneurship group to start laying the groundwork for this operation. I initially had the students focus on really just the 4 Ps, the marketing mix for the business. I figured that would be a good foundation for them to start creating the business. For example, product. We wanted it to be student-inspired and student-designed, which it is. We are in the process of coming up with at least about a dozen designs. Some might be diversity, some might be sustainability, those sorts of things. And product in terms of what kind of product. Is it only t-shirts? Is it apparel? Is it merchandise? Backpacks, mouse pads, that sort of thing.
Which is one of our first projects, which is launching the business. So we're collecting designs from students. We're working with the bookstore to produce the t-shirts that we're going to be selling on our kiosk. We're actually working on developing a kiosk. And I'll go back to one of the most important things is that we also want to make sure that the products that we are developing are sustainable products. These are things that are from like reclaimed cottons or recycled materials or repurposed materials. We want to try to keep the focus on sustainability while we're developing this business.